Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Today is Thursday, June 26th, 2025. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. We are here at Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and other interested people on their journey through this life, or to best experience where we believe we are people with the spirit and body. We are spirit. We have a body, brain, and emotions that we need to control. Okay, Matt, we have a problem that I need your help with. Your idea at Pratt of having the water run on the air conditioning unit has caused underneath the house to be flooded. All around the house, on the back side of the house and the side of the house, the ground is moist. That means you're flooding underneath the house because apparently someone decided to just have the water running on that thing 24 hours a day, probably 10, 15 gallons a minute. So yesterday I disconnected it. And then last night, Julia apparently went out and hooked the garden hose up, not the little tiny hose, because I took that, the garden hose up and hooked it back up. So somebody needs to go out there and disconnect the garden hose and bring it back. And I'm wondering if you would do that because I have a full morning. Now, if I have to do it, I will. That just means it's another thing I have to do before my 9 o'clock meeting. And I can tell you Dr. Lynn is not going to be happy because here, once again, this is item number 3 now. The fire suppressant system, the fire sprinklers at Star are not operable because you ran over the thing. You cracked a post holding up the roof or the thing, and now your actions are causing the whole stability foundation of the house to get destroyed because apparently you decided, well, we can just have the water running all the time going, the water goes somewhere. So can you help out on that? If you can't, I will do it. But if you can, that would be a big help. One less thing I have to do. And our deal is I make your life better. You're supposed to make my life easier. So me having to go out all the way down there just to disconnect an extra 5 miles past where you are just to disconnect the hose and take it off the property. I will do if I have to, but my preference would be to not have to do that. Anyway, let me know. Okay, so you're not listening to what I'm saying. You hooked it up, and now she is deciding to keep turning it on because of what you did. You hooked it up the first time. You're the person who set up this rig to have the water spraying on the swamp cooler unit. That was what you did. You came up with this ingenious device that would flood out the bottom of the house, the foundation of the house. Chris hasn't been around for a year. And I'm pretty sure Chris would not have said, just leave it running forever. So if you can't help, that's okay. It just makes my day easier if I don't have to go out there. And I certainly can't say to Dr. Linden, well, doctor, I was just too busy. I just didn't feel like it. I just don't feel like preventing your house from being destroyed. So let's move on. Today is Thursday. The month is almost over. And this is what we call Oh, Chris, the guy who wasn't supposed to be on the property. So he's the excuse. The guy who wasn't supposed to be there hooked something up. And okay. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate when you're on your way out, we can talk about it so you can understand why this is a problem. Monique gave him permission to what? We'll talk about it on the phone. Matt. Okay, good morning, Whatnot Bevy. How are things in Jacksonville, in Fort Jacks? How are things out there? How are things with the how are things with the thing? Good. How are things with the small group? Any thoughts? We can talk about that later. But time is racing. We're 6 minutes in. The perfidy of the mob. What the heck does that mean? Any of you guys have any ideas? What is the perfidy of the mob? I kind of like how that sounds, right? Where'd it go? The perfidy. That must be it. Perfidy. The perfidy of the mob, not perfidy. That would be even better. The perfidy of the mob. The quality or state of being faithless or disloyal. Treachery. The treachery of the mob. So that's how they'll turn on you. Right? The mob will turn on you. Beware the Ides of March. Right? Okay, advice from an 80-year-old. Be modest. A lot was accomplished before you were born. A lot was accomplished before you were born. Be modest. What else we got? Let's go to Seth Godin. Use a lot of words. Verbosity is the new brevity. Google felt like a miracle. You could type just a word or two, blog, and it would magically guess what we wanted and take us there. This shortcut spread from Google to the search built into online shopping as well. How convenient. A few words and done. AI isn't like that. In fact, our concision is getting in the way of the insight we're looking for. Go to Etsy and search for white pants, and you'll get more than 10,000 matches, most of them useless. Instead, type white pants to wear to a wedding in July in Lower Michigan for 30-year-old woman, and you'll get this. Let's see what we get. About 100, but they're all very good. AI systems like Claude and ChatGPT let you attach a PDF or text file to your query. Here's the useful hack. Create a document that has pages of background. Your medical history, for example. Include your age and every interaction you've had with the medical system, including illness and drugs and outcomes. Now, every time you ask a health question, attach the document. Oh, so you're asking the AI to create a document that has pages of background, then you can use that document in the future. Or a copy of your resume, work history, letters of recommendation, career goals, all in a PDF, uploaded every time you're asking for career advice. It works for business plans, for customer lists, even legal documents. Upload an entire email correspondence or a 50-page wine list. AI isn't impatient, easily bored, or distracted. It's insatiable. P.S. ChatGPT knows a shocking amount about you, while Claude starts over every time. Neither promises airtight security, but then again, neither does American Express, Visa, or Google. Well, that's a big one. That, my friends, is a very big one. Of now using AI as kind of a scaffolding thing. You create this master document, and then anytime you want something in the future, you attach the past to get to the future. I think I will try to do that. I think I will try that today. Okay, cool. What else do we have on our hit parade? We have let's see, really stoic, the common good. Right, right. Ultimately, it's what's the common good. So, and I don't know why, speaking about this AC thing, I don't know why Julia would think there was any value because her door shut all day. Her door is shut all day. So that thing isn't helping in her room. The main air conditioning system was working fine. The problem is people have the windows open. Not fine. Cold air is escaping. Oh, okay, here we are. Day 4, week 2. Day 4, week 2. Oh, what is the spelling? Perfidy. Perfidy. Perfidy, the quality or state of being faithless or disloyal or treachery. So I could say the perfidy of the residents at Star. Maybe just call Star perfidy. Maybe we call Purump perfidy. Okay, day 4, week 2. This is a good one. This is a big day. This is about stress. This is about stress. Stress bad. Most people think stress is bad. Kelly McGonigal, one of the Stanford gang, the Carol Dweck gang, the Duckworth gang, the Aaliyah Crum gang, people on growth mindset, people on grittiness, mindset. Those people, them bar people. Okay, well, Matt, you don't need to go right now. But if you want to go now because you're up, that's great too. You've got to turn the hose off, remove the hose, roll it up, put it in your car, bring it to Star, put it in the garage or just leave it in your car. I will deal with it so that it can't be, I'll bring it back to Pratt in a condition that she can't just do it. And, the message to her is, man, you are really screwing up. Any chance, any thought you had of redeeming yourself, not good. The common good is we don't destroy somebody's property just because we care about what we want. The house doesn't need to be 68 degrees inside. 80 degrees is actually very livable. In fact, during the winter, if it's 80 degrees, it's way too hot. Okay, but let's get to this idea of stress. Stress. Stress is the body's natural response to certain types of thoughts or situations. Stress could be caused by external things, but we also learn in Stoicism that much of what stresses us out is here. That the actual thing isn't nearly as bad as what we imagine it to be. So at Pratt, we've got somebody who just refuses to follow the rules and doesn't get the reason things were done is to take care of the property, to honor the gift of having a place to go, a place to be. That's the purpose. The common good is to cooperate with the other people there and the owners and the community and to be a productive member, not to be somebody who's causing harm, in this case, to the property. So, Kelly McGonigal would say the stress from that event is normal. But if we get, it's just our body preparing us for what's going on around us. And, well, we've got to move onward, upward. Today I have a meeting at 9 with DAV. Who's Dave? Bonk. Disabled American Vets. Then I have one at 10:30 with TP USA, Turning Point USA, to plan. Then I got to get to Vegas to look at housing also. Bonk. Good system. Good system. So there we go. Lots to do today. What not a bevy? Are you at work? You're going to be on a call? Are you available for a call? Whatever. Matt is out there good. Hopefully he's on his phone doing the, yeah, well, naturally he's on his phone. Doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. Of what? Protecting Dr. Linden's property. That's the right thing. We've got to protect the property. And anybody who's trying to hurt the property is a threat. And this is somebody who could have called, hey, I'm burning up. Well, you know what? You shouldn't be locked away in your room in a metal modular home with no airflow. Or is your bed on top of the vent? What's on the vent? What's on the air conditioning vent? Are you getting air circulation? Well, yeah, I opened my window. Okay, so that's a good idea. So it's 100 degrees outside. And yeah, we're going to let the cool air out so the hot air can come in. Protect the property, protect the thing. From threats internal and external. But anyway, so what not a baby, are you available for a call? And I will talk to you all later. Sorry for the apologies for the distraction. The main reason to come to this thing is to build better habits. The habit of getting up, watching the video, looking at the worksheet, having the thing of creating a proto habit of every day. I'm going to do it just a little bit better, be a little bit more samurai, karate chop chop. And with that, we say and cut.